soccer on the World Wide Web. We are at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium tonight, where the Grizzlies will attempt to halt the charge of the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles in the final game of the regular season on the final night in which it could possibly be played. This game was originally scheduled for this past Tuesday, and if you're not in Wichita, Wichita has undergone 2 weeks of some of the most torrential downpours in the state's history. And as a result, games have been postponed and canceled. Our Manhattan game was postponed twice. Actually, it was postponed last week and then canceled this week by the storms that I was describing. Our game against Bishop Carroll was originally scheduled for Tuesday night. There was a break in the weather on Tuesday, and they decided to play the game at 5 o'clock and skip the JV game. And as it turns out, rain started sooner than they expected again. And we had lightning all evening long, and they had to cancel on Tuesday. And they rescheduled the game here for tonight on Friday. So we're here ready to play some soccer. We're going to send it to the Bobby Bribieska Goal for Goal pregame show in just a moment here. In fact, we're going to do that here really quickly, and then we'll come back and talk about tonight's game against the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. Stay with us. Bobby Bribieska is next. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies girls soccer.
This is the Goal for Goal pregame show with head coach Bobby Bribieska. A review of our last game and a look at today's contest, sponsored by the Goal for Goal soccer camps. And now, here's the coach.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Goal for Goal pregame show, joined as always by head coach Bobby Bribieska, this time by phone. Coach, here we are. It's the last game of the season.
Well, I'm looking forward to this game, Kevin. I enjoyed playing Bishop Carroll. They're a good team, and I hope they make it better today and come out with a W.
Looking back at last night, of course, we've had a bunch of rainouts this week, but last night was senior night at home, and 8 seniors took their final walk in front of the crowd, and there's a bunch of young ladies in there that I think we're going to miss next year.
Well, it's a good group, and it was a good way to end our home games, coming out with a big win, and it was a game where everybody was able to play. Started all my seniors, and so they walked away happy. So I think hopefully that attitude will carry over to today's game.
Hope so. Yeah, there's no question that the mood was very festive last night, and got capped off by the most unusual of plays. The last person on the team you'd expect to score a goal is Nia Baker, your goalkeeper, and that's how the game ended last night, was with her putting one in the net.
Well, the girls asked me prior to the game if the game was played in our favor, that could we move Nia from goalkeeping position to a striker. And I think the second half she started as a striker. I think within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, she had a really nice goal from about 20 yards out. It was struck well out in the corner, and so that was a great way to end the game.
And unfortunately, because it was a shortened game by the mercy rule, so she didn't get a lot of playing time in the field, but she did make the most of the time that she had. So you're going to miss these seniors next year?
Yeah, she's a skillful player. I think if she would not have been a goalie, she could have played on the field somewhere. So
sure, absolutely.
That's why we play the ball back to her, because we know she can control it and start the attack.
You're going to miss this group next year?
Yeah, I think people like Darlene up front and Britton is finishing the season on a high note. They're all good, coachable kids. Mickey Harkin's good. Daffy Para, who came up toward the latter part of the season and helped us out. He's a good kid. I think, all in all, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss the leadership.
Absolutely. You got Bishop Carroll tonight at Carroll, and then playoffs start next week.
And I won't know till our meeting Saturday, and whether we play on Monday or a Tuesday. So it looks like we'll have to come up the hard way, probably play number 1, number 2 seed. But I look forward to those playoffs because anybody can win. No matter if you're a Cinderella team, you play well, you can upset some people. So we're looking forward to next week.
They're all everybody's starting over is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it really doesn't matter who your opponent is. You got to win anyway. So the team is playing well of late, and that's a good thing going into the playoffs.
Well, I was very pleased. Probably our best performance of the year was against Washburn, where they came up 7-0 in their favor the first half, and then the second half, we had many chances, and we did not allow a goal. So the girls stepped it up, and I think when they play that way, we're going to be a good team.
Well, we'll look forward to the playoffs, but we've got some business at hand tonight. We got Bishop Carroll, and of course, Bishop Carroll is going to be led by their young striker, Casey Shuckman, who's just a world beater.
Yes, she's scoring a lot of goals, and she gets a lot of goals on fast breaks. She's got good speed to go along with her skill. So we know that, and so we've got a game plan. Hopefully, we'll allow her not to score as many. I know she's going to score 1, but we don't want her to score 2 or 3.
We wish you the best of luck tonight, and based on last night with everybody playing, it certainly looks like nobody's hurt.
Well, no, nobody's hurt, and Bailey Clark had a little touch of the flu, so she didn't play last night, but talking to her, she's going to be ready to play today, so she'll be a starter today. I think she's a good attacking player, so yeah, we're looking forward to meeting Bishop. I believe they only have 1 loss, so it's always a good challenge, and playing at Bishop Carroll, they draw well, so both ends, offense and defense, to get a good result.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight against the Eagles, and look forward to a visit before our first playoff game next week, wherever it is.
Thank you, Kevin. Looking forward to it. Head
coach Bobby Brybieska on the pregame show. Stay tuned after this 90-second timeout for the starting lineups and the play-by-play of tonight's game at Bishop Carroll. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies girls soccer.
step, the clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 5A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long in battle after battle. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit number 19 Memorial Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford, we're better, we're proving it, you be the judge. And by Fleeson, Gooing, Colson, and Kitch Attorneys. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. Also by ABC Discount Wine and Spirits and the Humidor, with 5 convenient locations to serve you, including 8550 West 21st Street. By Aerotech Engineering in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. By Basis Engineering of Wichita, providing expertise in mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering. And by the law firm of Dugan and Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trust. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now to the field, and your host, Kevin Arkin.
And welcome back to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. We are live, awaiting the introduction of the teams here for tonight's game. Again, this is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer. Grizzlies taking on Bishop Carroll, and Bishop Carroll has a lot on the line tonight as they are playing to potentially be the number 1 seed in the 5A playoffs, which will begin next week. The seeding meeting is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and basically it comes down to Bishop Carroll and McPherson. They are each tied at 14-1, and they're each playing tonight. McPherson is playing at Buhler, and of course Bishop Carroll's playing us here in their home ballpark. If both teams win tonight, they will be tied for the number 1 seed, and the number 1 seed will be determined by a coin flip tomorrow morning. So they have a lot to play for. Grizzlies, on the other hand, coming into the game 4-9-1 on the season, coming off a win last night, a mercy rule victory against the Wichita West High Pioneers at home on our senior night. So they are up a little bit, having had a fun evening last night celebrating the seniors as well as playing against West High, and Bobby Brubieska really shuffled things around, mainly because the game was out of hand very early, and everybody got a chance to play last night. And even Nia Baker got a chance to play in the field, and she scored the final goal of the game last night early in the second half. We know that the Grizzlies will not host a playoff game unless the standings end up in such a manner that they would be hosting or playing in a play-in game on Monday. If they are, there's a possibility they could host that game. Otherwise, they will travel, and they will travel to one of the upper seeds, no doubt, and it's very possible, the way things shake out, that they could be playing either McPherson, Valley Center, or these Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles right back here on Monday. So we'll see how that all works itself out here next week. If you weren't at the game last night at senior night, it was a fun evening. The seniors got their recognition. Seniors Nia Baker, Tana Scholl, Rachel Bazell, Daphne Parra, Mickey Harkins, Emmy Rodriguez, Britton Murray, Darling Simon all got their chance to walk. Boy, I hope I didn't forget somebody. I did that from memory. Let me think about that a minute. Did I get everybody? I think I did. If I missed somebody, I apologize, but I think I got them all. So they all got their chance to walk and get their recognition last night, and that always makes for a fun evening at home at Eric Prophet, number 19 Soccer Complex. Bishop Carroll had their senior night ceremonies just a few moments ago. They were while you were watching the pregame show. Hang on a minute, folks. I'll be right back. Are you busy? You want to be? I just recruited a cameraman. And we're going to bring this mic in from outside. Hey, Larry, how are you? Bear with me for just a minute here, folks, while I get myself reorganized. Put that over there in case Mr. Lund, who I'm hoping will come in here and run camera, has an opportunity to... My executive producer is not here. He's either late or he's a no-show. One or the other. But we're going to give you a webcast either way.
Please remain standing for our prayer.
I hope you show you all on camera and Zoom and chit-chat.
For this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Bless also the families and friends gathered here with a true sense of community. May we all run the race so as to win and come to the rewards of your kingdom where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, patroness of the Diocese of Wichita, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, there's the opening prayer and the national anthem. We welcome Nate Lund to the webcast booth here, and he's going to run some camera. That's pretty much, you shouldn't have to change the focus at all. Just slide it back and forth if you would. Go ahead and feel free to get a feel for it. Do whatever you think's right, because I don't care what you do. Okay, they're introducing the Grizzlies. Let's go ahead and give you that starting lineup. Nia Baker is in goal, the senior, wearing number 1. Mallory Lund, midfield, number 2, a junior. Senior forward, number 6, Rachel Bazell. Junior midfielder, number 7, Bailey Clark. Number 9, sophomore Lauren Vestring on defense. Junior Parker Hoops at midfield, wears number 10. Number 13 is Naoli Ortiz. She's a junior midfielder. One of the captains tonight, Emmy Rodriguez, a senior midfielder wearing number 15. Reese Fisker, who scored 2 goals and 3 assists last night in a monster game, the junior, is at midfield. And Maris Quillen on defense, a junior, number 21. And wrapping it up, Darling Simon, that forward, the senior, wearing number 22. Grizzlies are coached by Bobby Brubieska, Austin Clifton, and Christina Commons. And for the homestanding Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles, Malone Sullivan, the senior, is in goal. Chloe Schuckman, sophomore forward, wears number 1. Anna Lasak, a sophomore forward, wears number 2. Number 3 is Paige Stranghoner, a sophomore defender. Taryn Lubers, number 6, a junior midfielder. Taylor Backover, number 7, is a sophomore defender. Jaden Allen, number 8, sophomore midfielder. Sarah Britton, wearing number 13, is a senior midfielder. Libby Brooks, a junior defender, number 17. Paige Liston, a senior defender, number 21. And wrapping it up, Lauren Stephen, a senior midfielder. She wears number 23 for the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles come into the game 14-1, tied for first in 5A with McPherson. And as I mentioned just before we started all this, they are playing for the number 1 seed tonight in the 5A state playoffs. It'll be between them and McPherson, depending on what both teams do tonight. If they tie, they will have a coin flip tomorrow morning at the seeding meeting. Larry Dostert, former AD here at Bishop Carroll, is the PA announcer tonight. They found something for him to do in his retirement. And always a pleasure to have a visit with Larry. I invited him to be the halftime guest tonight, and of course he respectfully declined, as he always does, because he hates the microphone. Well, Nate, welcome aboard. One more year, and it'll be your daughter walking through the tunnel on true. Senior night.
It's true.
That's hard to believe.
Beautiful night.
Gorgeous night. 62 degrees at kickoff. There is rain in the forecast, and there was a band of rain that was passing through Kingman County as we arrived.
I was on the east side at Stryker just 20 minutes ago, and it was raining like real light out there, so hopefully it doesn't hit us too much.
Looks like, from looking in the distance, it's going to slide by us to the northwest.
That'd be good. We don't need any more rain for sure.
Well, we don't. And they have to play the game. I guarantee you Carroll is not going to give up a number 1 seed.
No.
For anything. So this game will be played no matter how long it takes. Well, I probably ought to move that. We'll put that puppy up there, right where it was. All right, we're about ready to go. Matt Wygant is the second center referee tonight. He signals the start of play, and Grizzlies have the ball. Elena. No, that's... I've already lost. I'm looking through 2 panes of glass here. This is going to be a tough night for me.
You want to switch?
No, because you need the open window.
Rachel was who was fouled.
Rachel Bazell went down early, and now Bishop Carroll takes control of the ball and sends one into Grizzly territory. Sent back up, Bailey Clark, who was sick last night, and the only Grizzly that did not play last night because she was battling the flu, but she's up and at 'em here for tonight's game. Jaden Allen corralling it for Bishop Carroll near midfield. Now she'll send it back, and the Eagles will send it all the way back to Sullivan, and they'll regroup and start it over again. Just underway here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. We welcome you aboard wherever you are on planet Earth. And I guarantee wherever you are, you've got less rain than we do. Allen again with it. She sends it wide. Taken away momentarily, but she'll get it right back, and she'll kick it back now to Paige Liston. Liston will send it back on a give and go, and Bishop Carroll content to wait for an opening, and they'll send it all the way back to Sullivan again. Bailey Clark doing some harassing back there and almost got a break, but it didn't materialize, and Bishop Carroll will bring it back out again. Up the near side, Bockover with it. She sends it forward to Stephen. And Lauren Vestring may win this race. And she does. It goes out of play. And it will belong to the Grizzlies. Nate, my hat's off to you. You actually got the corner into the picture.
I did now.
I don't know how you managed to do that. I messed with that for 20 minutes and gave up.
Now if I can just get the ball in the picture.
One little mistake. Ball at midfield. Bishop Carroll with control. Stranghoner has it now for the Eagles. They're going to send it all the way across over here where Bockover will control it. Almost fell on the ball. Stays upright. Bailey Clark giving chase. Bockover back to midfield. Now she passes it off. And Lubers will send it all the way across the field. And back to Lubers it comes. Taken away there by Ortiz. Nice job by Nayeli Ortiz, who got a goal in last night's game. There was a chance for Darling Simon, but she couldn't quite get to it. But it's good to see the Grizzlies come out with a little bit of offensive thrust. Jaden Allen passes it off to Lasak. And on the near side, it comes to Bockover. Intercepted by the Grizzlies. Parker Hoops couldn't keep control of it to get it to Bailey Clark, and Carroll comes away with it. Lasak now will send a long one over on the far side to the dangerous Chloe Schuckman, excuse me. She's just a world beater, and she's also a Grizzly beater. She just has our number. Throw in coming for Northwest. Ortiz. Fight for the ball there at midfield. Mallory Lund goes down in a heap. No call right in front of Matt Wygant. And Maris Quillen intercepts that pass, and a nice job by the defender for Northwest. Bailey Clark sends it up to Hoops. Now to Emmy Rodriguez. Back to Parker Hoops. Cross midfield. Grizzlies may have something going. She sends one. It's intercepted. Ortiz gets it back. She sends a long one in. It's intercepted. Grizzlies cannot afford to be turning the ball over on every pass like they've done 3 in a row. Bockover sends one across. Lubers with it. Sends it forward to Schuckman. And Vestring will send this one all the way back to Nia Baker. She'll regroup. And she'll send it forward to Mallory Lund. Lund up to Clark. Bailey with it. Back to Maris Quillen. Maris tried to get it to Emmy Rodriguez. It's intercepted. Here's a chance now for Bishop Carroll. Lauren Stevens centers one. And they're going to call an offside against Bishop Carroll. It'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies. And a lucky break it is for Northwest. Bishop Carroll has some great facilities for us to work in, with one exception, and that is the windows. Because the windows are really small. And they only open about, maybe 2.5 feet at most across. Here's Maris Quillen fighting hard for the ball, wins it, and Emmy Rodriguez keeps it in play, sends it forward. This will be Lubers again. She sends one wide now that Bishop Carroll's going to pull it back and regroup it. Out of play it goes off the foot of Lubers. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Bizzell gives it to Vestring to throw in right at midfield. And in it comes. Nice ball to Darling Simon. And it goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Be another throw in. And in it comes. Bizzell, who has the easiest shoes to recognize. Parker Hoops centering one to Lund. Mallory has her ball taken away there by Schuckman. Maris Quillen heads it forward into a sea of green, and now here come the Eagles back.
They better get back.
There's a breakaway for Schuckman, and Nia Baker comes up to the 20-yard line to blast that one out of danger. That is a break for us. Out of play it goes. Mallory will throw it in. Nope, she'll give it to Emmy. Parker Hoops takes the throw in and loses it to Jaden Allen. Now back it goes to... Out of play it goes. It was an attempt by Stranghoner. A quick throw in trying to catch Bishop Carroll napping. It didn't work. This one goes out of play again. And it'll be another throw in for the Grizzlies. 8 minutes gone here in the first half. No score. I do not know what we're doing. Oh, they're calling a foul? They indeed did call a foul on Northwest here, and they're giving Carroll the free kick. They kick it across, and it's intercepted. Couldn't control it, though. Bizzell over there gets it back. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Bishop Carroll. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that was all about. Well, we anticipate at least one more webcast this year. Where will it be from? It'll either be from McPherson, from Valley Center, from here, or perhaps somewhere else. We'll find out tomorrow morning after the seatings are announced.
If it's here, it's Garden City, right?
I beg your pardon?
If it's here, it's Garden City?
No, Garden City is 6A. It won't be them.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, it's take away a shot and a score. Dag nabbit. The defense gave the ball away. And I believe Lauren Stephen got the goal.
Goal for Bishop Carroll, number 2, Anna Lasik,
Up.
unassisted.
They gave it was Anna Lasik who got in there. Gets the unassisted goal off of the takeaway from the Grizzlies, and a defensive lapse is expensive. Grizzlies kick it off. Parker Hoops with it. Sends it wide to Bizzell. Another one intercepted by the Eagles, and now they have a 3-on-1 break. Schuckman in there all by herself, chips it over Nia Baker. Is it going to go in? Hits the post! What a break for the Grizzlies. Schuckman had the goal all to herself and hit the post with it. Now Nia Baker comes out, corrals it. She punts it out in the direction of Mallory Lund, but it's intercepted there by Britton. Emmy gets it back. Clark trying to chip it back to Mallory, and it's intercepted by Sarah Britton again. Ortiz gets beat by Lubers. Now the ball goes all the way back, and it will be harmlessly handled by Nia Baker, and Lauren Vestring will bring it out. Here's another opportunity. Britton with it. Trying to get it past Vestring, but Lauren will have nothing of that. Jaden Allen leaves it for Schuckman on the near side. Centering pass. Shot. How did that not go in? That rattled around back there like a pinball, but somehow Nia Baker kept it out. It'll be a corner kick for Bishop Carroll. You got any idea how that happened?
No. It might have came off the post and then came off of a knee.
It bounced off of something, that's for sure. So it'll be a corner kick for the Eagles, and Paige Stranghoner will take it on the far side. Didn't say anything about the wind, but there is none. It's essentially a calm night. Ball is in the air. And it goes through everybody, and that's another break. That went over Nia Baker's head. And it will be a goal kick for Northwest. This portion of the webcast brought to you by Mel Hambleton Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Go to Mel Hambleton Ford at the big corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg. We thank Lisa Hambleton and all the staff at Mel Hambleton Ford for their support of Grizzly soccer. Bishop Carroll takes the ball away again, and now kicked out of play by Northwest. Chloe Schuckman, number 1, is just too close to the ball to suit me. If she stays close to the ball, she's going to make something happen. Nice pass there in the direction of Reese. Ball thrown in, and Vestring kicks it forward, clearing it out of danger for the moment. Carroll has it at midfield. Goes all the way back to the defensive line. And back to the 25. Here comes Bishop Carroll regrouping. Nice pass forward to Brianna Rea, who came into the game a moment ago. And on the near side to Lauren Brooks, who also came in. And Vestring kicks it out of play. It'll be a throw in for Bishop Carroll. Comes in quickly. Ball's on the ground. Now they kick it back to Backover. And what do we have here? We have an offside called against Bishop Carroll. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. 26 minutes to go here in the first. Grizzlies down by 1. Lauren Vestring will do the honors. And Jaden Allen intercepts that one. Lubers sends it forward, and it's rejected back to midfield. Lubers now sends it backward to Liston. Stranghoner again with it at center. Sending one forward. Lund gets it. The 200 referees who were in the stands didn't like that. Maris Quillen sends it back to Nia Baker. Baker sends one forward. Nice play by Nia. Bailey Clark fighting with her counterpart for it. And Liston will get it for Bishop Carroll and start it all over again. At midfield. Lubers with it. Sending one forward. Throw in coming here for Bishop Carroll. Backover sends it back to Liston. Luber's back to Liston again. This one gets deflected out of play. It'll belong to Bishop Carroll. Schuckman throws it in to Lasak. Jaden Allen sending it forward to Schuckman. Nice ball control there, and Rachel Bazell kicks it out of danger. It's going to go over the sideline for a throw-in. Give and go, and Carroll's got something going here. Lasak sends one forward, but it's rejected by Vestring. Out to Darling Simon. Ball goes out of play. That should belong to Northwest, and it does. Rhea has it for Carroll now. Dishes it off. Ball comes forward. Emmy intercepts. Gets it to Britt Murray. Rather to Parker Hoops. Britt Murray is not here tonight. That's why I knew I was wrong. There are two seniors who are not able to participate in the contest tonight. Britt Murray is one. They are in Burlesque at Northwest tonight. And Bobby told me who the other one was, and for the life of me, I can't remember who it was now. Oh, let me think a minute. It may be Mickey Harkins. I think that's who it is.
Have you ever been to that Burlesque?
I have not.
That is a lot of fun. I didn't think much about it a few years ago, but the girls did it a couple years ago, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, really funny.
Well, I will have to go to that. Obviously, I won't this year.
Yeah. Well, you can go tomorrow. I think they have it for 3 days or something.
Oh, I thought it was only one night.
I believe so.
Over the goal line it goes. It'll be a goal kick for Bishop Carroll. Yeah, I may have to do that.
A lot of little skits and musicals and whatnot.
Those are always fun. Backover bringing it up to center. And a nice job by Maris Quillen to step up there and intercept that one. Here's one for Bailey Clark on the near side. Bailey trying to get past the defender. It goes out of play. It'll belong to, thank you very much. The side judge was wrong. The AR was wrong, but Matt got that one right. Parker's pass is intercepted, kind of a weak pass. Reyes sends it forward. Now Lasak with it. Grizzlies are continuing to pass to green shirts, and that is not a good formula here.
Because green's already pretty good at passing to themselves, so
they don't need any more help, that's for sure.
Nope.
Luber sends it all the way back to Liston. And now Allen has it at center. Over on the near side here to Backover. Ray up with it. And Mallory Lund sends one into Carroll territory, but Liston's there to get it. And here comes Carroll again. They've got some numbers now. Oh, nice play there by Maris Quillen to break that up. Now they need to get control of the ball. She gets it. Unable to control it, however. Rachel Bazell giving chase over there. Emmy Rodriguez is going to chip this one out of play. It will be a throw-in for the Eagles. Lasak a shot, and he is there to make the save. Inside 20 minutes now. 1-0, Grizzlies trail. Out of play it goes. It'll belong to Northwest. Reese will throw it into Parker Hoops. And now what do we have? Oh, now they're saying it's Carroll's ball. I guess they didn't like the throw in.
From earlier, I guess.
Huh?
The payback from earlier over here.
Might be. In it comes. Nayeli trying to get it over here to Bailey Clark, but it's intercepted by Bockover. Schuckman chips one forward. And Nia will be able to get that as it Schuckman overled her target. Starting to get dark here at Bishop Carroll as a wall of dark clouds are starting to move in. Something we're very used to now. That one goes off the foot of Bailey Clark out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Bishop Carroll. Bockover will do the honors.
No, I don't know. There's Mickey Harkin's dad.
I beg your pardon?
Mickey Harkin's dad's right there, so maybe she might be on the bench.
Well, maybe she is over there. I know two players are gone, and I know Britt's one of them. Oh, I know who the other one is.
Tara?
No, it's Elena Avalar. I think Elena's not here. Now, if we see Elena Avalar on the field 5 minutes from now, you'll know I was
I
wrong.
think we would have seen her already if she was here.
Well, maybe she is. In any case, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to call their name if they're not here, so. Sullivan gets a chance here to restart things for Bishop Carroll. Nice header that time by Allen. Ball still going forward. Luber's giving chase over there with Rachel Bazell. Bazell wins it and sends it into the Northwest bench. Bishop Carroll will throw it in again. After they sub a player in, Schuckman goes out. Thank you for that. And she's going to be replaced over there by Devin Knipp-Sleesman. Carroll sends it forward. Now back to center. Jaden Allen has it. And she'll send it back on the near side to Stranghoner, who's moved over to the near side. Liston sends it forward. Lubers now back to Liston again. And it looks like they're trying to pull us into some kind of a position mode where they can sneak behind us. I think that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, they're just trying to stretch the field out.
Bockover now to center to Allen. She sends one forward to Lasack, but Maris Quillen is there. Sleesman fighting with it. Actually, that's Brooks that's fighting with it with Maris Quillen. And finally, Maris sends it back out to the 20. Right back in it goes off the foot of Lauren Vestring, and Nia Baker will pick it up. And Nia will have a goalkeeper distribution. Emmy Rodriguez sends a long one forward. Darling Simon just couldn't catch up with it. Sullivan will send it out to the 40. Bazell steals it, starts to bring it up. Now she's double teamed and it's taken away from her. Lasack sends one forward. And this long one will be picked up by Nia. And she'll turn right around and give it to Lauren. To Bazell. Past Ortiz, past Hoops. Bishop Carroll gets it. Bailey Clark with it now, looking for some help. Parker sends one forward in the direction of Lund. Mallory got close to getting to it. There's a long one now. Here's trouble. A chance for Carroll, and Nia Baker tips it out of play. It'll be a throw-in over there. But Lauren Brooks got behind everybody. Nearly had a breakaway goal. 14 minutes to go, first half. Grizzlies trail by 1. On a goal by Anna Lasak about 7 minutes ago. Grizzlies trying to get it back. Ortiz tries to get it to Parker, and it's intercepted. Lasak with it. She's going to send it back over here to Sleesman. Rhea had it and sent it forward to Ava Dugan, who's into the game for Bishop Carroll. They're sneaking all these players in when I'm not looking. All the way back to Sullivan it comes from Stranghoner. Grizzlies had it for a moment but couldn't get it to Darling Simon. Darling has her hands on her knees. She looks like she's gassed. She's walking like she's tired. On the far side of the field, inside the 20, inside the 10, and it's tipped out of play. Nice job that time by Ortiz to send it out of danger. We'll have a throw in here for Bishop Carroll. Incidentally, the Valley Center Hornets also have only one loss, but they're 13-1 going into tonight. No, they're 14-1. They're finished. They had a game rained out that they elected not to make up. And because of that, they can't possibly be the number 1 seed. Had they played it and won it, there would be a possibility of a 3-way tie in 5A and would have required multiple coin flips. But that's all by the wayside. Valley Center will be a number 3 seed somewhere. Actually, they will host. The top 4 seeds host, so they will be hosting their regional. Where will we be? We'll find out tomorrow. We have a sub waiting over there to come in for the Grizzlies, and that does look like Elena Avalar. Is that an 11 over there? I can't tell.
I'm getting too old.
I am too. I didn't bring my binoculars.
I almost need my readers to see this camera.
Yeah.
It's Mickey Harkins.
Oh, like I said, it's Mickey Harkins coming in, number 12, the senior. So we know she's not over there. So I'm going to go back to my original answer and say that it's Elena Avalar that's over there. I really feel kind of stupid. Bobby told me this morning.
Memory and eyesight.
Yeah. Harkins takes a midfield spot right in front of us. Maris Quillen with it. Overshoots Emmy Rodriguez. That'll go out of play and belong to Bishop Carroll. Found out a lot about our seniors last night that I did not, or the last couple days, that I did not know when I was putting their bios together for last night. I think it's kind of two of the things that really caught me by a little bit, not by surprise, but I was impressed with. One is that Mickey Harkins is a valedictorian this year. She has a perfect 4.0. And Emmy Rodriguez is going to wrestle next year. I thought that was kind of interesting. She's going to wrestle at Baker University on their all-women's wrestling team.
She just boxed that girl out. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. I did.
It's a wrestle move. Basketball.
Well, she does. She has worked with the wrestling team all year, she told me.
Yeah.
Out of play to Northwest, they'll throw it in. Emmy will do the honors right below us here. 8.5 to go, first half. Grizzlies trail 1-0. This ball's going to go all the way back to, well, they didn't send it back to Sullivan. I thought they would. Stranghoner has it. She'll send it out on the near side, where Sleesman will send it forward. Emmy intercepts it. Give and go from Mickey Harkins, and she wasn't quite in position, so Maris blasts one forward off the chest of Stranghoner. Emmy again sends it forward, but unfortunately, Jaden Allen is there. This one's going to go way back and probably roll out of bounds, and it does. Or it does not. My bad. I thought Lauren let it go. But, oh, that was dangerous. Oh, my gosh. You do not want to give it up 5 feet from the goal line. Oh, here's a wide open opportunity. Shot. Oh, and it goes wide left. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest off the foot of Ava Dugan, excuse me. We are overdue to give you a spot. We're going to take it right now. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies girls soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back underway here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, where we have 5:30 remaining in the first half. Bishop Carroll controlling the ball in their own end of the field. Parker Hoops can't get ahead on it. Ortiz fighting for it over there with Liston. Two of them going at it pretty hot and heavy there. And they're going to call a foul on Nayeli Ortiz. There's a long one, and somehow running to it, Lubers gets a shot blocked away there by Maris Quillen. It was Libby Brooks that ran to the ball originally. Carroll will throw it in very quickly. And Chloe Schuckman back in the game over there. Makes a run past 3 defenders and is wide open. Nice job by Lauren Vestering to get back and kick it over the goal line. It will be a corner kick for Bishop Carroll. But that corner kick is all Chloe Schuckman. Stranghoner will take the corner kick for the Eagles. Into the air it goes. Jaden Allen, the first one to touch it. And it's chipped back forward. Maris gets a head on it. And we're offside indeed. Third offside of the half for the Eagles. It'll belong to Northwest. Grizzlies trying to work it up. Boy, nice stop that time by Parker, but she couldn't do anything with it. Ortiz to Bazell. Schuckman gets a foot on it. Now they're going to call a foul on Ortiz again, and it will be a free kick for Carroll. Now let's move it back to about 10 yards from where it happened, okay? Into the air where Maris Quillen gets a chest on it. Another offside by Bishop Carroll gives the ball to Northwest. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first. Lauren Vestering sends it forward. Carroll gets it. Britton has it for the Eagles. And here comes Bishop Carroll back. Libby Brooks with it. Dishes it off. Britton with it now at the 30. Sends it to Schuckman on the far side. She blows by 2 defenders. And a nice job that time by Lauren Vestering to get behind her. But they give it away in their end of the field again. Aaron Walden will send it back now to Jaden Allen. And that one is too long. It'll go right to Nia Baker. Emmy Rodriguez sending it forward to Sleesman. And Darling Simon intercepts one. She tried to lead Mickey Harkins with that, but Mickey had stopped. This will go out of play and belong to Bishop Carroll. Throw in comes. Sleesman sends a long one forward. Maris Quillen gets ahead on it. And here's an opportunity. Shot coming, but the horn had sounded. It'll be no goal. And another break for the Grizzlies as the ball went in after the horn sounded. So it'll be a 1-0 score here at halftime. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza, whatever that is. After this 30-second timeout, stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies girls soccer.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a number 1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
How are you doing? I'm good. I see your daughter out there.
Yeah.
See her here.
I know. How the heck that
Sorry, I'm going to push this over here.
It doesn't matter. We're not. Well, we are on now that I think about it.
How are you doing?
Nate visiting with a friend of his, and
Fine. You're okay.
just happened to be doing it right in front of the camera. So,
Half hour ago.
welcome back to halftime, and welcome to live TV, folks, where you never know what'll happen.
They're currently the number 1 seed in the regional rankings. They're the most regional.
Are you trying to get the scoreboard?
PRY.
I'm trying to.
Well, actually, you made it.
Really not very good at this.
On the season.
That's fine as long as you stand there and hold it for 10 minutes.
They will host regional games.
1-0 our score at halftime. Anna Lasak has the only goal of the contest, which quite honestly came from a defensive mistake by the back line of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate giveaway in a bad spot. So
We've been giving it away all night. They're going to burn us with that eventually. Every pass seems to go to a green shirt.
I'd say they probably have about 75% possession. They're working the ball back and forth, side to side, so just wearing us down.
They are wearing us down, and that's the bad part. We've played well, except for the passing and that defensive lapse. I think the team has played well. Defensively, I think they've played well. We've also been very lucky.
Yeah, clock, posts. Offsides, about four or five offsides in this first half.
Something like that, yeah. A lot of offside turnovers as well. So, folks, here's the deal, as we know it, for next week. The seeding meeting is tomorrow. Bishop Carroll and McPherson are tied at 14-1. One of them will be the number 1 seed in all likelihood. The other, the number 2, depending on what they do tonight, because they're both playing. McPherson is playing at Buhler tonight. And if both teams win, they'll have a coin toss tomorrow. If both teams lose, Valley Center will be the number 1 seed. And then what we do, we have no way of knowing what we're going to do. We'll just have to wait and see how everything shakes out, and because there are a lot of games being played tonight because of all the rainouts. And normally they don't play on Friday nights, especially the night before the seeding meeting, but because of all the rainouts, almost everybody's playing tonight. So that's the way it goes. So Nate Lund, what's new in your world?
Oh, just busy. Busy with soccer, club soccer, and striker soccer, and then high school, of course.
Well, talk to us a little bit about Stryker. You've got a pretty big involvement up there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience. We are getting ready to wrap up our first season, league season. It's actually a half a season because we started in spring, and that's been awesome. It's gone very well. I think we were at 243 teams playing season, which has been great. U6 all the way up to U19.
That's a lot of teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams. And then we have our tournament coming up in about 3 weeks. It's the 24th, the Final Touch tournament. And this weekend we're wrapping up registration for that. So that's been good.
Is that a co-ed tournament, a boys and girls bracket tournament?
Yep. U7 and 8, we're doing something different this year to try to generate some interest in the younger ages. U7 and 8 girls and boys, we're offering 5v5 with goalkeepers, which is something different. And we've actually had a lot of interest from the U7 boys side, which has been great. We had a few teams register for the girls, but the boys is definitely a lot of interest. And a lot of U7 teams, which is really unusual. I figured the U8s would be interested in trying out goalkeepers, but not a whole lot of those yet. So, and the complex is almost completely, like, they're still working on little bits and pieces and putting some sod down, but the complex is pretty much done. It's
a beautiful facility.
Yeah,
when we were there, of course, it was raining.
Yeah.
But so what else is new these days?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful facility, and I certainly appreciate your help in getting us into the nice warm press box on what was an absolutely frigid evening.
It was a little chilly.
It was a little chilly. That's the biggest understatement since
I think the
Noah
wind was
said
blowing
like
at
rain.
40 miles an hour, wasn't it?
It was. It was a huge wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just miserable. I know. My wife was in the stands, and at halftime she came up. She wanted me to pass her some money to get her some hot chocolate. I said, forget the hot chocolate. Come in here and warm up. She spent the second half in the booth with us.
There you go.
So,
yeah. So everything else is going well. Just wrapping up club season. I'm coaching a couple of girls teams, U11 and U7, and so we have a lot of games this weekend. My U11s haven't had a game since April the 6th.
Wow.
So we've been doing scrimmages and a lot of practices, and we have our first 2 games tomorrow since April the 6th.
Let's change gears a minute.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the golf tournament coming up. You know, the Eric Profit Memorial Golf Tournament is the #1 fundraiser for the Grizzlies soccer program, and that tournament will be held on July the 15th at Willow Bend Golf Club. All of you watching and listening, you can participate in that golf tournament in one of 2 ways. You can either participate as a player. You can enter online. Go to Eric Profit Golf Tournament. It's all one word, .com. And Profit is Proffitt. 2 F's and 2 T's in Profit. You can go there, sign up, get everything taken care of, and you will be in the golf tournament on the 15th. Or you can also be a sponsor, and there are various levels of sponsorships available, and it's really the sponsorships where the fundraising takes place. You can be in for as little as $100 by sponsoring a hole, and it can be a business or an individual or a family, doesn't matter. Hole sponsorships, there's no limit to the number of them that are available. So that you can also do that online, or you can. There are bigger levels of sponsorship, and one of the things that you get as a sponsor, as a benefit of being a sponsor, you get, besides getting recognition at the tournament and being on the banner at the tournament, you also get recognition all next year, boys and girls seasons both, on the Grizzlytron. Throughout the game, all of our sponsors flash throughout the game as our way of thanking them, and they also get recognition on these webcasts as well. So there are a lot of options available, and if you are interested, please go to ericprofitgolftournament.com. Find out what you need to know. Sign up. If you need any more information, call me at 734-0057, area code 316. 734-0057. I'll be happy to talk to you about it as well. We're going to take a quick time out, come back for the second half. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies girls soccer. Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Nate Lund, Kevin Arkin with you. Grizzlies trail 1-0 at halftime. And we could say that they're, well, look who's here. They're leading a charmed life, which they are. They've also played well in the first half, given away, except for that giveaway that cost us the goal by Anna Lasak. Grizzlies will play from right to left here in the second half, again in their road white uniforms. Bishop Carroll in their home greens, and while they're, we're going to let you watch them play here, while we visit with a guest who is sitting here to my immediate left, and that would be Larry Wygant. Larry, it's been a long time, buddy. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Your son is doing a stalwart job out there in the center of the field tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Been a pretty easy game to call, I think, for all the officials. However,
well, when you got so much possession going on with Carroll, it makes it easy on a referee.
Carroll has just dominated the possession time. There's no question about that. Anything in particular you notice about either team being a spectator up here in the booth?
Well, it kind of looks like that Carroll could probably compete against most anybody down here south. We'll see how things go northeast, but it seems like that this team is going to be able to compete with most anybody up. Oh,
we have a shot and a score. The first shot of the second half goes in for Bishop Carroll. Let's see who scored that goal. We'll wait for the official announcement. See, I use the PA guy as the spotter. I'm not stupid. Well, I am stupid, but I still do that. He's waiting for somebody to tell him.
Yeah, he is.
I honestly didn't see who did it because I was talking to you. But it's Lauren Brooks gets the goal for the Golden Eagles unassisted in what has to be some kind of another defensive lapse here early in the second half. And now the Grizzlies, who have trouble scoring anyway against the better teams in 5A this year, are really in a big hole, down 2 goals.
Now, I kind of noticed with Northwest, I'm not sure who, the positions are as far as between sophomore, junior, senior, but it seems to me that Northwest is young.
Northwest is, well, they're young. We had senior night last night. We had 9 of them. One was on JV, so we had 8 varsity seniors last night. Now, one of our leading scorers is not here tonight.
I realize.
Because she's in burlesque at Northwest this weekend, and so she was already committed to do that, so she could not play tonight. And there's another girl, I believe Elena Avalar, she's a junior, but she's also in that.
Right.
So we've got 2 of our better players are not here.
And with the record that Northwest has, they're going to have a very difficult pathway.
Oh, absolutely.
Through 5A. So.
Yeah. If you've got 4 wins, you're going to be playing against somebody that's awfully good.
Right. I think Northwest was trying to fight to keep themselves from being in the play-ins. So
yeah, and
I think they're going to be able, even if they would happen to lose tonight, they can still stay out of that play-in situation.
Bobby, as of yesterday, we were talking about that, and Bobby said there's another opportunity and a goal. Chloe Shuckman snuck in behind everybody and gets the slop. That'll be an unassisted goal to Chloe, I think. We'll see what they say about the assist.
Number 1, Chloe Shuckman. Assist number 6, Karen Luber.
They did give Taryn Lubers the assist on Shuckman's goal, so 3-0 the score now. And we're in the middle of, Larry, you haven't been to a lot of our games, but through the middle part of the season, when we were playing some of the better teams, We'd play
Right.
well in the first half, come out in the second half, and give up 4 goals in 3 minutes. We did that. We did it here. So we did it against Bishop Carroll earlier.
Sometimes, sometimes that's just a lack of intensity. You're just not coming out in the second half.
They
with
just
the
came out. They
intensity
come out
to-
flat.
Yeah.
And I know that we played last night, so they may be tired. But Carroll played last night too, and we did rest some of our starters, as Nate just pointed out,
Right.
last night. So because everybody played, we had a admittedly weaker opponent last night in Wichita West, so they were able to rest a lot of the starters and give everybody an opportunity to get a lot of playing time last night. So,
But you know as well as I know that when a team starts going into a losing funk, it's very hard.
Here's another one, and that one's going to go wide over the goal line. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. This game's more important. So
that was Lauren Brooks who shot it wide left, by the way.
But when a team gets into a losing funk, it's very hard
Yeah.
to get yourself mentally prepared and to come out and fight. Carroll is in a better situation having won, that they can keep that upbeat. And sometimes you can see it out on the field.
Yeah. Well, whoever we play on Monday or Tuesday, we're going to have our work cut out for us. And that one goes over the goal line. That'll be a corner kick for Bishop Carroll from the far side of the field. I think if we lose tonight, we still avoid the play-in, I think that's the way we had it figured.
Last I looked at the standings, that was true. Whether you win or lose, I think you'll still stay with the same standing that you have now.
Yeah, we'll still be 15th. In the air it goes, and off the crossbar. Nice stop twice there by Nia Baker.
And an offside call.
And an offside would have negated it anyway. So the Grizzlies will have a free kick here. 3-0 Grizzlies trail now after 2 quick goals here in the second half by Bishop Carroll. Rachel Bazell on the near side with it. Gives it to Emmy. Emmy sending it wide. That's intercepted by Carroll. Here we go again. Schuckman with it. Passing it to Brooks, and over the goal line, it'll be a goal kick for Northwest. We're getting a weather report here. Boy, there's all kinds of rain coming in there. Well, all that rain that we thought was going to miss us is headed straight for us. So, it's moving kind of slow. Maybe we'll get the whole game in here before the rains come. Last year, speaking of rain, you'll like this one, Larry. We played at Washburn Rural last year, and storms were coming. You could see them on the horizon. It was sunny, and it was really windy, 40-mile-an-hour wind that day, going from south to north on the field. And the game ended, no rain. The teams left the field. 2 minutes later, it's coming down in buckets. I mean, literally in buckets. Where am I? I'm in the press box packing up gear. The girls and the coaches are all on the bus. Not a single one of them got a drop wet. And by the time the bus for me was like a 500-yard walk from coming off the elevator, and I was just an absolute drowned rat by the time I got there. Here's a chance for Carroll. Oh, nice play there by Brooks to try and keep it back in, and she ends up creating a corner kick as Lauren Vestring taps it over the goal line, and an opportunity here for a set piece for Bishop Carroll.
Yeah, you remember I was with you, and I had the umbrella.
Yeah.
And we were trying to keep your camera equipment.
We were trying to keep the computer. We were trying to keep the laptop dry.
Well, that's more important than
I was expendable. I was expendable.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Strangholder to kick it. In the air it goes. Header, and right at the feet of Maris Quillen, and she clears it. Mallory Lund out there with it. Can she win it?
That was actually a good markup by Northwest.
It was.
On that corner.
They did a good job. And I will tell you now that I noticed, and nobody has made an announcement about it, that we have a new goalkeeper for Bishop Carroll. Carroll has Madison Winkler in net, number 82. She is a freshman. They sneak all these players in when I'm not looking. Ball goes wide. Carroll with it at the 35. Well, for those who are watching who do not know, Larry, what is your role in all of this?
Well, actually, I'm the Wichita area soccer referee assigner.
You've been doing that a long time.
12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 years. And I'm also on member of the SRC.
What's that?
The State Referee Committee for U.S. Soccer.
Okay.
And my role is that I'm the State Director of Instruction. I've been that for about 2.5 years. So that's
keeping
those
you busy.
Jobs and the assigning, I'm back to a full-time job.
Do you still have a job? Do you still work or are you retired?
I retired.
I thought you had retired. So how do you like that retirement stuff?
I love it. Don't you?
No, I'm not retired.
Oh.
I'm still working.
Well, the city was very kind to me, so and let me retire.
Brooks and Vestring fighting for it over the goal line. It'll be a corner kick, I believe.
Yes.
It is. Another corner kick for Carroll. No, I got into a bad habit, Larry, of eating 3 times a day, so I'm still working. My original plan was at 67, I'm going to make a decision. That I have a year to wait. And if things aren't any different than they are now, I'm going to keep working. I'm having fun.
Well, I don't blame you on that. I may have retired, but I haven't quit working.
Well, I may keep working at my job is what I'm saying. Love the people I work with. It's a great environment. I'm having fun. And there's another header. And Nia Baker grabs that one.
Another good marking by
It
Northwest.
was, indeed. So, they're flexible enough to let me leave if I need to come and do this. Or, like Wednesday, we were going to Manhattan to play, and they graciously gave me the day off to go to Manhattan. And, of course, the game got rained out, so I never went. So I went back into work. So... And it really is too bad. I love going to Manhattan. That's one of the places I like going. They've got a beautiful facility up there, and the people are really nice to us.
That they do, and I've been able to talk to some of the people in Manhattan, and they are very, very cordial.
Yeah, they are.
Very, very good to work with.
They are very great. Mike Marsh, great to work with. Grizzlies trying to wrestle with it. Tana Scholl is in the game for Northwest, number 5. She just went down there a moment ago, playing defense. Maris Quillen with it. Reese Fisker on the near side. She's been kind of quiet tonight after a monster game last night at home on senior night. Out it comes here to center. And Darling Simon couldn't catch up with it. Jaden Allen with it, bringing it up for Carroll. And Nia Baker's up to the task. And grabs that one. Inside 28 to go here in the second half. The Grizzlies down 3-0. And you like to say the clock is not a factor yet, but it is. Grizzlies need to get something going. Offensively, they got 3 of them to make up. Junior varsity wrapped up their season here tonight in the first game, dropping a mercy rule decision, 10-0 to the Golden Eagles. And for what it's worth, the 10th goal was scored with 15 seconds remaining in the game. So they got their full game in, and their season is now completed. Ortiz, nice job. Nice job of handling the ball there by Nieli. Backover sends it over on the far side to Schuckman. There's a long blast, and it's going to go wide to the right, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. So you're going to keep up your signing duties, Larry?
I am. I enjoy it.
You enjoy doing that? How's the referee pool?
Almost critical.
That's what I thought.
Yet, looking at the boys this last fall, I had we ended up with 36 games that we had the two-man.
Well,
and it looks like that we could break that record this next year.
Two-man isn't all that bad if you got the right two guys doing it, and they communicate and they have good chemistry. They can call a pretty darn good game. I never minded doing two-man. Sometimes I think a great two-man is better than a bad three-man.
But I've already sent feelers out and told officials and have told ADs that I really need about 15 to 20 new referees in order to really have a good pool that will cover games.
But you're also competing with college, are you not?
Absolutely. That's part of the problem that
Sure.
I've got is I lose a third of the officials, of the total officials in the pool.
Sure, because they're doing college games.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's tight enough that I actually had the two-man, two girls games this year because we'd run out of officials on certain dates. Sometimes the high schools, everybody wants to play on one certain day. And
well, high school is traditionally a Tuesday, Thursday sport.
Right.
90% of your games are on either of those days. And we have a goal kick coming here with Lauren Vestering doing the honors for Northwest. Tana Scholl with it. Over here on the near side, Carroll with it now. Rhea has it for Carroll. Liston now on. She's going to send it all the way back. Yes, she is. All the way back to her goalkeeper. Yeah, nice job by the Grizzlies to put some pressure on the freshman. Mickey Harkins on the near side. One man to beat. Hoops to Ortiz. Back to Parker. Tried to get it to Darling, but ball was intercepted. Now here comes Carroll back with it. Nice crowd on hand here tonight at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, but Carroll always draws well, and Northwest has its contingency down there as well, I see. You can't see any of the crowd. They're right below us. The stands that you're looking at over there are not used for soccer. Carroll with it. That's Jaden Allen at center. Rhea brings it up. Mickey Harkins trying to get to it. Can't get to it. Stearman gets it. Sleesman, excuse me. Now Parker sends it across the 50. And Bishop Carroll intercepts that one. Well, so far the strategy of putting in the freshman in goal seems to be working because we haven't tested her yet.
Well, it helps to have a strong defense in front of you.
It does, and Carroll does. They have good defense.
I think you and I, Kevin, could probably be in goal and not have to worry too much.
Speak for yourself. Those days are over. Yeah, we had some substituting going on, and Northwest did sub somebody in. Mallory came back in. Mallory Lund back in the game for the Grizzlies, replacing, I think that was Mickey Harkins that went out.
It was
Darling went out? Yeah. Darling Simon went out. Thank you, Nate. Well, I don't know who went out, but Darling is still out there.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's at midfield. Somebody went out. We're not playing with 12 men. Maris Quillen.
That might help, though.
It might. You never know. Nia Baker sends one forward. Mallory to Ortiz, and now Backover gets it for Bishop Carroll. Quillen will send this one out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Eagles. Approaching 20 minutes left in the second half. Grizzlies down by 3. Harkins sends it in the direction of Lund. There's a long one on the far side. Grizzlies trying to clear. Maris Quillen, who's been mighty busy tonight. We've called her number all night long. She sends it forward. Now this one's going to go all the way back. And Madison Wingler will touch the ball for Bishop Carroll. Sends it into Sarah Britton. You know, it really is, Larry, it really is hard to read uniform numbers through two panes of dirty glass.
Absolutely.
I just want you to know what we're up against here. Vestering will send it back to Nia Baker. And Nia puts one out to center. Handball called by that center referee that you know.
Both of us have kids on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we all do because those girls are all my kids.
True.
Bishop Carroll brings it toward midfield again, now across the center line. And rejected there by Maris Quillen. Darling Simon couldn't maintain the possession. Lubers sends it back to Liston. Back to Lubers, and now tips it on the far side. Sarah Britton with it for Bishop Carroll. Maris Quillen clears it to center again. Here's one for Mallory, but she was intercepted by the Eagles, which is too bad. Mallory had a breakaway. If they could have gotten the ball to her. Now here's a long one on the near side. Yeah, and a weak shot that's easily picked off by Nia Baker. Nia Baker will be joining the Navy over the summer. The seniors are all out of school at Northwest now. Their last day was actually Wednesday. we've got some interesting seniors, Larry. We've got one joining the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
We have one who's going to wrestle
I
in
heard
college
that.
next year.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting when I learned that. And we have a valedictorian on the team.
Good for her.
So, absolutely. And I forget where she's going. I think she's going to Wichita State. Ortiz sends one forward. Can't make much happen with it, though. And Carroll comes back with it. Rhea sends one all the way back that Nia Baker will pick off, and she'll have a goalkeeper distribution. That bounces over the head of Lund and is picked up by Carroll. Sleesman sends it over to Rhea. Rhea leaves it now for Lasak. Lasak with a goal in the game. Sends one back to Sleesman, but too far for her, and it goes out of play over the goal line, and it will be a goal kick. And we have a line change coming in for Carroll. And coming back in for the Grizzlies is Reese Fisker, number 16. She'll be replacing Mickey Harkins, who goes out. Goal kick's intercepted. There's a shot picked off by Nia. We're keeping her way too busy tonight. Out to center, intercepted by the Eagles.
I think fatigue's setting in for Northwest.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. We're playing an awful lot now in front of our own goal, aren't we?
Yeah.
Brooks centers one to Schuckman's shot, score. Oh, my gosh, I saw that coming. Great centering pass by Lauren Brooks to Chloe Schuckman, and Schuckman puts it in the hole and finishes it. She has been, for 2 years, a Grizzly killer.
She has been phenomenal in most games that I've seen her play.
And she's one of the smallest girls out there.
Yes, she is.
She plays on Mallory's club.
She's good. But, she's small. Look at her. She's small.
Yeah, but not too bad for a girl that her dad was the former coach here.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah. And he's still the principal here, or assistant principal. Now, here's another opportunity. And Nia Baker makes a great play.
Great play.
Lauren Brooks got in all alone. That's Chloe Schuckman's dad, just walking right in front of us. He must have heard us. Nia Baker reached out with an arm and snagged that one. $14 to go here in the second half. Grizzlies down 4-0. And I think it would be reasonably safe to say that the issue is no longer in doubt.
I think the only thing that's in doubt is, are we going to get rain before this game is over?
Well, and
watching the West.
Well, watching the West and watching Nate's radar. Yeah. I know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to get out of here and stay dry, and I'm going to get soaked going to the car.
Packing up all your stuff here.
It takes 20 minutes. It's the way it is.
Yep.
Here's an opportunity now for Darling Simon, but a nice job that time by Winkler to come out and clear that out of danger into the Northwest bench. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Parker trying to get something started. Chipping it in the direction of Lund, but it was partially blocked, and Winkler gets it for Bishop Carroll and sends it out, and here come the Eagles back again. 6-on-4.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of green players, but no Northwest players.
Liston has it and sends it forward. That's Aaron Walden over there on the far side that had it. Now Schuckman has it again. There's a long blast, and Nia Baker makes the easy save. That one off the foot of Jaden Allen, who's the younger sister of Hanley Allen, who was their all-world scorer the last 4 years and graduated last year. That goes out of play. It'll belong to Bishop Carroll. Who are we going to play next and when? Check the website where you picked up this link. It will be posted as soon as we know it. And if you have Team App, it will also be posted there as soon as the information is available. Bazell with it. Overshot Reese Fisker. It'll belong to Backover and company at the 30-yard line. Bazell. And now Parker Hoop sends it out of play. Parker past Lund. And Piper Newell, who came into the game when I wasn't looking, is probably part of that line change. Number 30 got a hold of it. Jaden Allen up front. Sends it through to Britton. Britton over to the side to Brooks. Brooks behind the line. Centers one, but Nia Baker's there to make the play. She leaves one short this time. Now give and go, and she chips it forward. Parker heads it back. Grizzlies have been unable to build up any kind of possession game at all tonight. That one goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick. Baker will take this one herself. And out it comes to center. Darling Simon fighting for it. Can't come up with it. Carroll controls. Now they'll send it back and regroup. An interception this time by Reese. Reese leading one forward for Mallory, but she couldn't get to it. Good idea that time by the ladies. Thestring's pass is kicked back. Reese jumps in there and gets it. Ortiz back to Reese, now forward to Parker. Good idea, passing wide, but it was intercepted. And it goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Over on the near side, Backover has it. Now up to Allen. Allen will send it across. An offside call against Bishop Carroll will give the ball to the Grizzlies.
one thing I've noticed with Carroll is, by judging by how many offside calls there's been, that they seem to want to be in a hurry to try to get forward instead of trying to take that lateral move. That's why they're offside so often.
They've been offside a lot. I think that's 5 or 6 tonight.
I believe so.
Of course, it hasn't hurt them any. There's a long one that's going to go all the way back to Wingler. And she will corral it and now pick it up. We'll see what kind of a punter this freshman is. And she's got a pretty decent little foot there. Schuckman has it in front of her. Sends it out wide. And here it is, Brooks again. This time, Baker almost got creamed by Rachel Bazell. Bachhover sends it forward. Bazell clipped. The ball stays with Bishop Carroll, and now there's a long one, and Baker punches it out. Ortiz gets in there trying to clear it, and finally Bazell has it again, and she sends it forward. That was dangerous, to say the least. Lund with it. Sends one now. Here's Darling Simon with a chance. And they're going to call her offside. Would have been a great breakaway, but she was offside. It will come back and belong to Bishop Carroll. 5:30 to go now in the contest. Again, the issue's decided. It's just a matter of what will the final score be. Carroll is going to go into the playoffs 15-1 and guaranteed at least a share of first place in 5A. And if McPherson beats Bueller tonight, there'll be a coin toss tomorrow. A little bit of jostling going on, and referees have that under total and complete control. Vestrain taps one that's going to go over the goal line and be a corner kick for Bishop Carroll. Carroll subs in 3 players. I can't even tell you who they are. They're too far away. If they get close and touch the ball, we'll have their number. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Corner kick being taken. You can see the flag is limp over there. There is no wind tonight at all. Into the air it goes. Headed out and kicked back in. Ball straight up. And what do we have here? We have a goal kick. Did that hit the football crossbar?
It did hit the football post.
I thought it might. Have. Baker sends one out towards center. Rhea on the near side. Deep. Centers one. And Nia Baker's there to cut it off. And she'll have a goalkeeper distribution with 3 minutes to go. Be nice to see us get one for showing up, you know?
I think that might just boost the morale a little bit if they could get that.
If they could crack the net one time. Looks like she's fixing her shoe came off or something.
Well, she took her gloves off.
They have stopped the clock.
I think she clipped that girl's foot, and it probably pushed her shin guard out or something.
Yeah, it looks like she's adjusting her, changing her laundry there. Referees allow the goalkeepers an opportunity to do that. She'll get her gloves back on, and then we'll resume play with 2:50 to go in the contest. Reese Fisker with it. Chips one across. Intercepted. Who's going to get it? Darling Simon gets it back. And she sends a long one. That's tapped out of play by Wingler. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies.
Is that McKenzie that came
Mackenzie Haney is in there up front.
Yep.
Number 4. She's the one that forced the out of bounds throw. Grizzlies putting in some other players here. We'll tell you who they are as soon as we can figure it out ourselves. Looks like Mallory's going back to play defense.
Looks like she's replacing Maris. Or not.
Or not. Now Mallory goes out.
Are we playing short?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't think so.
Somebody came in for somebody. We'll figure it out here. We'll tell you when we know and when we can. Daphne Paris in the game, number 8. She's playing center fullback. See, a ball just went by her right there. That might be the Maris switcheroo.
Who's 5?
Tana Scholl is back in there. Yeah. She's playing at midfield. Tana, the senior, will be playing in her last regular season game as well tonight. Less than a minute to go now. Ortiz. I will say this, the Grizzlies are still fighting hard. That one goes out of play. It'll belong to Bishop Carroll.
30 seconds.
With half a minute to go. It goes out of play. Carroll will do it again. So we're going to get Schneidered here tonight. And that will probably do it. 5 seconds to go. Don't do anything. If there's a way to webcast, we will do it. Probably the only thing that would keep us from webcasting would be like if we had to go to Liberal or something like that, some long trip like that. Otherwise, we're going to do everything we can to webcast. We'll have the link up on the webcast page. It'll be on Team App, and it will also be on the Facebook Northwest Grizzlies soccer page. So you can find it any one of those 3 places. Thanks again for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the contest despite the outcome of the game tonight. We hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I want to thank you for joining us all season long here on the World Wide Web. For all of the kids that have been executive producers this year from Shane Monroe's interactive media class, they all have my thanks, as does Shane Monroe for his help. We're looking forward to doing this very same thing with him, hopefully, next year. I think it's been a win-win, and the kids have done a great job. Special thanks tonight to Nate Lund for jumping in here and running camera for us tonight in the absence of our executive producer who did not make it to the stadium tonight. Until next time, whenever that is, this is Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies lose tonight 4-0 to Bishop Carroll. We say good night to you from Bishop Carroll Family Stadium.